Tom and Jerry, out on HBO Max, the new feature-length film based on the beloved old cartoon from Hanna-Barbera. Unfortunately, if like me, you grew up on those old shows, this movie will be nothing but a disappointment. Partly because of the animation style, which not only abandons the hand-drawn 2D style in favor of CG animation, and also marries it with live action, uh, putting the animated characters in front of the real-world scenery, but primarily because of the creative decision that follows this change, which is pretty much in line with other movies with CG characters in recent memory, like Detective Pikachu or Sonic, and that is to inexplicably include human characters and human plots, which take up a much larger part of the runtime than they should. In this particular case, I'd say about 75% of the entire film is just live actors, including Chloe Grace Moretz and Michael Pena, going through a really, really unoriginal, boring, and stupid story. All the while, Tom and Jerry mostly take the backseat and are pretty much just used as a plot device, occasionally just fooling around in short montages or chase sequences. The story follows Chloe Grace Moretz, who fakes her way into a temporary job at a luxurious hotel in New York, just as there's a big wedding of two Instagram famous people gearing up to take place there. I'm not making this up, by the way. But the hotel has a problem because a mouse moved in. That's Jerry, of course. And so Chloe hires Tom, a cat, as her helper to catch Jerry and ensure that the wedding goes fine. Once it starts, you can guess where it's going at every single moment of the film. The characters and the plot are very simplistic, which makes sense when you consider it's meant to be a film for children primarily. But unfortunately, this storyline is just not interesting at all. And I think it takes up time that could have been spent on just Tom and Jerry, as the title of the movie suggests. And you know, even the children would have preferred that. Because there are individual moments in here where I really smiled at the screen, but also at my memories. And I was laughing at what was going on. And I think there's one sequence in particular when Tom is trying to get into the hotel in various ways, and Jerry is just stopping him every single time. It's a really fun little sequence, and it even pays an amazing homage to the Tim Burton Batman film. But then it quickly ends, and we just switch again to the human characters and start dying of boredom once again. Or get annoyed by the soundtrack, which is horrendous and doesn't fit the film at all. And there is also a moment when Tom sings a song with a horrible autotune. Like, what is this? Who thought about that? But okay, here's the thing. Even the elements that did work within the Tom and Jerry shenanigans, I felt like I saw all of them already. Like they were recreations of gags that were already present in the cartoons that I watched as a child. Jerry's affinity for cheese and the way that he floats in the air when he smells the mouse trap, Tom's endless injuries and trouble he falls into, along with his comical screams, the chases with the dog character added in, the various ways in which Jerry is a total dick to Tom. I felt like I saw all of that before, and in a better, more beautiful version because of the hand drawings. This, whatever this is, it just feels like a vastly inferior attempt at redoing the same thing over, only worse. And not even doing it as a main event, but rather as a way to rope in viewers for a run-of-the-mill comedy starring Chloe Grace Moretz. I mean, I guess the main trailer, which I checked after the movie, did show that, but the shorter teaser, as well as the posters I saw, almost feel like false advertising because they make it seem like it's a Tom and Jerry movie, first and foremost. And it isn't. And really, I have no idea who this movie is for. If you want to watch Tom and Jerry, the old cartoons are infinitely better, and they already contain all of the same jokes that you'll find here. And if you just want to watch a mediocre teenage movie about a resourceful little girl, you probably have dozens of other picks. Regardless, don't waste your time on this one.